Good morning and welcome to the first Cluster4Health Brokerage Event, which is called Access to the European Health Innovation Networks. Today event is designed to help organizations from across Europe and Ukraine to connect and identify potential collaboration opportunities and start a conversation that may lead to the future partnerships, joint projects, and business cooperation. Before we move to the matching session, we have prepared a short introduction part, including a powers pitch and two lighting pitches showcasing perspectives from the European and Ukraine healthcare innovation ecosystem. But first, a few practical remarks before we start. So maybe I will share my screen one more time. Okay. I hope it works.
Yes, it works.
Okay, so before we start, all participants can schedule and manage meetings through the LSOS platform and how you can manage it. So first, go to the participants tab here, and you will be able to see all of our participants from today meeting. Um, so this is a few steps how you can arrange meeting with everyone from today's session. For example, let me find Joanna from here. And you will see under each participant, you can find two buttons. First is a message. You can send the message to anyone on this meeting, and also on the whole platform. Let me send you a welcome message, and also you can arrange meeting from the same place. When you click on the meeting, you will see available table, and Joanna is available from this place. I will send you a short message. And after I will send the invitation, Joanna will able to see my invitation from exact this place on the right corner. So this place at the notification tab, you will see every single notification, every single information about all of your invitation and all of your upcoming meetings from today session. And also, I will show you a really nice feature that may be really helpful for you, because also you can prepare some kind of list of interesting participants or interesting members, which you can use in the future. So, for example, if for example, if Andrew today will be unavailable and I will be unavailable to prepare the meeting with him, I can add his profile to my watch list. So, for example, let's do this with Andrew and with the other one, maybe with the Irina. I do the same. My watch list is available only for you, and I mean that no anyone will be not able to see your watch list. Okay, let's save. And right now I can go to my watch list and I will find all of the person I was marked before. So you can quickly prepare some kind of the short list with interesting participants of the person from LifeScience Open Space platform. Okay, so let's back to the meeting one more time. And also, which is really important things for you, during the matching session, a support room will be open for anyone who needs technical assistance. You can go to the agenda and you will find our support room for the whole meeting. So I think we can begin with our power pitch speakers. So our first speaker will be Stamatiki Christas. Stamatiki is the managing director of the Council of European Bioregion, and she also representing the Hellenic Bio Cluster. So, Stamatiki, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Gregor. So my easier Australian name is Stammy, so you can all call me Stammy. Unfortunately, I won't be participating later on in the B2B matches, but I put my email address into the chat box, or you can find me through the platform, of course, to stay in contact. Thank you for having me. I'm here. I'll share my screen just to have a conversation on opportunities and ways that clusters can actually work together. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to do it.
Now we can see your screen, and now we can see your PowerPoint.
Excellent. Great. Good. So yes, my name is Stammy. Some of you know me. I am the managing director, or the cluster manager, I should say, of Hellenic Bio Cluster here in Athens. I'm also the managing director of the Council of European Bioregions, which is a network of approximately 50 life sciences clusters across Europe. And I'm part of the InnoMed Catalyst, which is another similar project to yours, which is run and has participants, mainly clusters from across Europe. So there is a lot of clusters work in my DNA now, which is great. And I was asked to actually give you a little bit of a power pitch on why it's great to actually work with clusters here in Europe and how we can work together, and how we can build bridges between, obviously, you and us in order to have access to not only foster innovation, but actually have access to important healthcare innovation that we need. And this is something we were just discussing with Tatiana. So it's really important for all of us. Europe as a global health innovation hub. Obviously, we are one of the world's largest healthcare markets. We do have strong biomedical research infrastructure, leading universities and research hospitals, significant public funding for health innovation, and established regulatory innovation frameworks. And some of the major priorities and the pipelines that we are actually focusing and we're interested in is obviously biotech, digital health, medical devices, precision medicine, AI in healthcare, and healthy aging. Just a few aspects that across the globe are very important currently. What drives the European health innovation, as mentioned, it is of course the excellent knowledge generation that comes through the research and academia, which is very strong in Ukraine as well, I know. The strong industry, so Europe has quite a lot of pharma and biotech, medtech companies and digital health firms that actually support the commercialization of these ideas. A public sector, which is not only as a Central European level, but in regional and national level across the member states, who have let's say, coordinated action when it comes to policy and funding, but we can discuss a little bit about that later on. And stronger by the day venture capital firms and investors who are willing to actually put their money into health innovation, which is important. And again, this is a point that we will be discussing later on as well. We have established important networks and platforms.
Tammy, I think you have a very poor internet connection today. I think we will...
Sorry?
Just lose you for a moment.
Did you? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Yeah. Tammy, are you with us?
But yes, I am.
Maybe you can switch off your camera. That will be better for your internet connection.
Okay, I can. Can you now?
Now we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to see me, you need to see my slides. So we have established networks, I was saying, and platforms when it comes to clusters that you can actually have access. I have actually put a few on this screen, but there are many more. You can access the clusters across Europe in all sectors, not just health, through the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, which you can actually find your partners. You can actually start discussing and building consortia if this is the idea. EIT Health, FPIA, the European Regions Research and Innovation Network, when you actually want to look at more regional level. And of course, the CBRO, the Council of European Bioregions, you can always access us, and through us, you can have access to all our members through our network. Usually the way that we do collaborations, even within Europe, is pretty much the same as we would love to do work with clusters across the globe through partnership agreements, so cluster to cluster MOUs, and some of us in this consortium have been discussing about it and have been working on it. Joint R&D programs in order to co-develop innovation and research initiatives. Technology transfer, so licensing, co-developing or commercializing innovations across borders. So something that potentially has commercial value from Greece can come to Ukraine, or from Ukraine can come to Greece. Consortium projects, and this is why we're all here. Projects like the InnoMed Catalyst and the Clusters4Health, for example. Soft landing initiatives, we all actually do in our cluster programming. We have soft landing initiatives. Us as HBio, we had a soft landing initiative, for example, in Belgium last year. We are going to Bio US International next month. So we're trying to actually help our companies engage and learn and meet counterparts in other markets across Europe and across the globe. And of course, startup exchange programs when it comes to actually accelerating startups. And this is an excellent example for that is the InnoMed Catalyst Accelerator that we're running at the moment. Yes, it is part of an I3 project, but we want to actually extend that and have it as an action, because we can mobilize startups from different regions in order to meet investors, meet healthcare providers that could be their end users, in order to actually grow and ultimately find end users for their innovation. And of course, some examples that we do: joint calls for projects, innovation missions, as I mentioned, cluster matchmaking events, and the platform here, the LifeSciences Open platform, is an excellent space in order to do that. And of course, research programs that programs that we're all interested in participating. There is a lot of funding mechanisms supporting this kind of collaborative actions. This is just some of the money that is available in Europe at the moment. Obviously, Horizon Europe, when we're talking about research and innovation, the IHAI calls when you're talking about public and private partnerships, and there is a big call open at the moment that perhaps we can actually discuss and have a look at. The program of EIT Health, Interreg, Digital Europe program, I3, quite a lot. So there is a way to actually work together and access funding. Yes, I have to say that it is quite competitive and it's quite hard, but through the process, I mean, I'm always a believer that through building consortia, it's not ultimately about accessing money. Yes, that is a nice bonus in the end, because you can actually complete actions that are important, but it's a good way, by putting international consortia together, to actually meet and find ways that we can work together. I mean, clusters across the world all face very similar challenges, I should say. We all have learned to be very agile when we work together, to be very open. So we always find ways to work together, even though we may not have the budget. And I'm sure that you're in the same boat. But trying to put international consortia together, I think it's a great way to actually support cross-border actions which have and create impact for all of us. And then we can help our members or smaller partners, startups, spin-offs to have access to research funding. And of course, you know, have pilot projects that they can commercialize and scale up. And ultimately, what we all sort of aiming for is to actually have this innovation that we create embedded and implemented into healthcare systems across Europe and across the globe in order for these solutions to reach patients. So why engage with the networks? Obviously, because clusters across the globe are very nice people and very open. And yes, I am biased. I do realize that. But obviously, through this European network of clusters, you can actually access research. You can have clinical validation opportunities, which I know that it's very important, especially with the startups that we're working with. You can have help on regulatory expertise and guidance. You can access new markets. Of course, access investors in order to have investor access, but co-investment opportunities as well. What we see in Europe is quite a lot of fragmentation, and the fragmentation is actually trickling down to investors as well. So by pooling resources together and syndicating VCs, we can actually convince them in putting the more money that is needed, the bigger budgets that are needed for our kind of line of work, which is always important. And of course, we can do talent exchange. We can do reskilling and upskilling from one region to the other. We can share infrastructure, which is really, really important. And of course, we can learn from each other through the visits and the missions that we do. Now, it may sound that all of this is really easygoing and very easy to do, but there are some friction points, and we have to acknowledge them. Of course, when it comes to EU, to the European Union, the regulatory complexity is an issue for us, and we're tackling it. It's an issue for all companies that want to actually come and establish their business into Europe. So this is something that us clusters collectively are actually advocating for, the simplification of the regulatory complexity in order to promote and help, as I said, innovation reach the market a lot quicker. There are issues when it comes to IP and data governance, but these are less important in the sense that we can find obviously ways around, and potentially, you know, one of the bigger challenges are when it comes to funding eligibility rules. But again, as I said, clusters are very smart and agile, so we can actually find ways to complete projects within the timelines and actually have as much access to money as we can. But the fact that we are through clusters, you can find trusted partners that you can actually work with. You can have the support to build consortia. We can actually help you navigate the regulation, and we can guide you towards the funding bodies, either VCs or private or public money. That's something that we can do. This is probably for us something that we have done in a sense, in a way that HBio as a cluster has sort of done this collaboration journey with a lot of you, and this is the work that we work, the way that we work. Of course, starting with cluster to cluster engagement, where we know most clusters, we recognize, you know, yes, there are a lot of life sciences and health clusters across Europe, but we're pretty much a niche market. So we are all pretty much know each other. So we can actually meet one-to-one. We can identify the partners. So that could be, depending on the need, the call or the need, it could be research institutes, it could be innovators, it could be the cluster as a cluster, it could be other stakeholders that potentially you need or we need from you. We usually form consortia. We build the teams and the structures, and in most cases, it works really, really well. We identify the calls in order to actually apply for the right call, and sometimes this is a trickier part. But I think clusters, because this is our main, you know, bread and butter work that we do, this is something that we're very good at identifying and actually sort of tailor making the consortia to the need, the call, or the call to the consortia. And of course, then we have a project launch where it is usually part of a project, but I'm very confident and I'm very proud to say that HBio has actually collaborated with many clusters, which or has formed partnerships now that started as a project they are continuing way beyond the time of the project and will continue for as long as we can, because we see the value of working together and how we can feed expertise from one ecosystem to the other. So this journey, which is pretty much very simple on paper, I have to say that it's very simple in practice as well, because we have testaments of doing it and being successful. And Clusters4Health, for example, is a perfect example of how this journey can actually be effective. Obviously, the focus areas as time progresses when we're talking about global health collaboration is obviously AI-enabled healthcare, anything that has AI, diagnostics, drug discovery, care delivery, precision medicine, and that's something that HBio, the Innomed Catalyst, we're very much interested in that. Health data spaces, how we can actually use data from one health ecosystem to another health ecosystem. This is a big task at the moment. This is a big conversation, not just in Europe, but globally. And clusters are the interlinkers or the facilitators in that conversation. Advanced therapeutics, we're talking a lot about ATMPs, cell, gene, RNA-based treatments and vaccines. Pandemic preparedness, we need to build and be more resilient when it comes to global responses, threats, global threats. It could be the next pandemic. It could be the next war, which unfortunately seems to keep happening. But we need to be prepared. And we need to be resilient, both as innovation ecosystems, because we need to continue producing new knowledge and move innovation along. But on the other hand, we need to be resilient when it comes to healthcare systems, and how we can actually support the systems not to dissolve under pressure and have the best healthcare access to our patients. And of course, sustainable healthcare, not just green health systems, but health equity. That's something that I personally strongly believe in. And as clusters, we strongly believe in health equity across the globe. All our patients need to have the same level of care, no matter where they are. So I think that's something that we're all striving for. Successful factors, obviously building long-term relationships, and I can advocate for that. Yes, you meet good partners and you stay with these partners for a long time, because you know you can work together and you know what they can offer and what you can offer to them. Obviously, there is a lot of matchmaking events, and we all use the tools again and again in order not just to actually meet the people that we know, but actually meet new people, because of course the needs change, and I'm a strong believer that every ecosystem across the globe has something different to offer. No matter where you are. I was born and raised in Australia, so I come from a, let's say, healthy ecosystem, but now I work in Greece, where it's a less healthy ecosystem. It's a new ecosystem in transition, but that doesn't mean that one is better than the other. Every ecosystem across the globe has something to offer. There is talent, there is excellence that we just need to find a way to support. And actually make a success story. And then obviously through joint European platforms, through consortia building, through aligning, we can actually all master the EU funding mechanisms, because probably that's something that we all need to progress. It's great to be an optimist and live for the dream, and actually you need to do that, but probably we need money, because at the end of the day, money talks, unfortunately, and we need to find ways to actually access money, because there is money, both private and public. And I can see some of you laughing and nodding, so that's good. So some takeaway, messages, and of course calls to action. I mean, this is pretty much what we all do. Yes, trying to identify your European network and start the conversation now. Clusters are an excellent first entry point to this, because we can help you. We know our ecosystems the best. We know the innovators, we know the stakeholders. So if you're interested in any of the countries within Europe, come and talk to us in order to actually guide you to who is the best partner for you to speak. and start making strategic partnerships in order to actually align the stories between all of us and try to reap the effects and, of course, reshape health innovation, both from the point of innovation, but for healthcare adaptation and implementation as well. So this is me. This is my 2 cents worth. I'm open to questions. I said to Joanne, I'm going to do my slides a lot less because I think this needs to be more, or I would like it to be more of a open discussion and conversation. So I'll open my camera again. Maybe you can see me, maybe not. It doesn't matter. You know who I am. But thank you again for having me, and please, let's start discussing.
Tami, thank you very much for the inspiring introduction and for the highlighting the opportunities available through European innovation ecosystem and the collaboration networks. So now we'll move to our lightning pitch session, where we'll hear 2 short presentations from representatives of the Ukraine healthcare ecosystem. Our first speaker will be Natalia Juba, representative of the Ukraine Medical Products Manufacturers Cluster, which is called ProMedMan. Natalia is actively involved in supporting Ukraine medical clusters and healthcare organizations in building international cooperation. So, Natalia, the floor is yours.
Here,
yeah,
yes?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Thank you. Good day, dear partners and colleagues. Thank you for this meeting. My name is Natalia Juba. I vice president of the ProMedMan cluster in Ukraine and founder of a new cluster for sustainability development of human potential. Today, I would like to share not of project story, but a transformation story. When this experience for our first step in consortium, we studying in this consortium. Maybe I want to speak transformation story. When we started working with Ukrainian healthcare organization, universities, research institutions, hospitals, and manufacturers, many of them viewed European cooperation as something distant and difficult to access. There was often a lack of confidence, lack of information, limited international experience, and common beliefs that participant in European networks and project was only possible for a large organization with extensive informational research. At the beginning, many organizations joined Klaster. Activities supplied to listen, learn, and understand how European collaboration works. What we see today is completely different. Over the past year, those Clusters4Health and cooperation with our European partners organizations have started to realize that being part of a cluster means much more than networking. It means access to knowledge. It means access to trusted partners. It means learning from practical explainers. It means understanding how European projects are developed and how international cooperation really happens. Most important, it means not trying to enter European ecosystem alone. Today, organization within our cluster increasingly understand that collaboration creates opportunities that would be difficult to achieve individually. Universities gain access to international research partnership. Healthcare providers gain access to innovation network and new methodology. Manufacturers gain access to technology partners, market, and value chain. Researchers gain access to pilot sites and international consortium, and together they become a strongest participant in the European healthcare ecosystem. One of the most important lessons we have learned is that trust is built those practical cooperation, not those presentation, not those strategies. Only those really project, really meetings, and really partnership. Clusters create a safe environment where organization can learn, test idea, meet partners, and gradually build the confidence required for international cooperation. Today, we already see organizations that initially journeyed as objectives becoming active participant in matching event, project discussion, and national innovation initiatives. They ask different questions. Not can we participate, to how can we contribute? Yes. This is a significant change. At the same time, we see growing interest from European organizations that increasingly recognize the expertise, resilience, and innovation potential that Ukrainian organization bring to partnership. Another important explain is the large-scale pro-leader program implemented by UNDP, where young doctor and medical intern from 10 regions of Ukraine are developing leadership and management competence for the future healthcare system. Those Cluster4Health activities, many of the participants are also becoming exposed to international cooperation, healthcare innovation ecosystem, and European partnership opportunity, and an early stage of their professional development. For us, this is perhaps the most important result. We are not only building project, we are building a new generation of organization and professionals who have confidence in working internationally, sharing experience and contributing to European healthcare innovation. And this is exactly how Ukrainian organizations become partners of European healthcare and innovation ecosystem step by step. Those trust, collaboration, practical experience, and shared ambition. Ukrainian organizations do not become European partners because they receive funding. They become European partners because they build trust, gain experience, and experience to common challenges. This picture from our event for Dr. Ukrainian Mykolaiv, Sumy, Chernigiv, Zaporizhia, and Poltava, Cherkasy, Kirovograd, next region. This is our meeting, our program. We have 3 schools and next 4 schools. And this doctor join to event to platform also. Thank you. The photo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Natalia, thank you so much for your speech. You can also find Natalia profile, she's organization on the LifeScience open space platform as well. So our next speaker will be Tatiana Vorontsova. I hope I was pronounced your name correctly. President of the Rift Interregional Medical Cluster and head of the Medical Cluster Network within the Ukraine Cluster Alliance. So Tatiana, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tatiana Vorontsova, and I'm trying to share my presentation. If it's okay.
We can see your screen. Yes.
Great. It's more easily than I'm planning. I am representative for Rivne Interregional Medical Cluster. It is a west part of Ukraine, only 100 kilometers from Poland, and all network of medical clusters in Ukraine that include in resource center medical clusters in Ukraine Cluster Alliance. It is a big umbrella. It is the biggest association of all clusters in Ukraine, all kind of clusters, not only medical, but medical clusters. We have 7 clusters included in our network in Ukraine Cluster Alliance.
After the meeting, the recording of the meeting will be available.
Thank you so much.
Is it working now?
Yeah, we can see your screen version. We can continue.
Full. Okay, great.
So, let's go.
Great, thank you, Jana. I repeat that I'm representative of Rivne Interregional Medical Cluster, but for all our European partners, I represent our Resources Center of Medical Cluster of Ukraine Cluster Alliance. Is an umbrella for all medical and not medical clusters in Ukraine. Next slide, please. It is repeatable. So Rivne Interregional Medical Cluster is a west part of Ukraine that connect not only Rivne region, but neighbor our regions as a Ternopil, as a Khmelnytsk, and other that include and Kiev, several partners we have in that region that include in our clusters, and we work together to bring this opportunity for our Ukrainian stakeholders to bring this innovation in Ukraine and to get to Europe new products and new experience from Ukraine to Europe. Next slide. It's about the Ukraine Cluster Alliance and Rivne Medical Clusters. We are the members of 2 European partnership as a Cluster4Health, as this brokerage event is, and we as the members of Precise EU is a big European connection and big European project on Horizon Europe on 23 million euro for 5 years that bring developing the innovation value of medicine in healthcare sector, in health data and precision medicine. And Rivne Interregional Medical Cluster representative this innovation medicine in Ukraine and work together with another 11 innovation value of medicine in Europe. Next slide, our scale and shells of recovery, our potential in Ukraine. The World Bank estimates reconstruction needs of the Ukraine now for $411 billion of dollars. It's very, very big potential for cooperation for Ukrainian and European partners and countries that want to work together to make this reconstruction in new level. Not we rebuild our building as a elder builders. We must to change our ecosystem and because it is destroyed and most in the south and the east part of Ukraine, but in the west part, in the central part, in Kiev, we also have destroyed the healthcare system. Right, this night, Russia destroyed 2 hospitals in Kiev by rocket attack. That's why it's changed every day, and it's great opportunities for our European partners be the part of this reconstruction and rebuilding Ukraine. And this reconstruction must start not after the end of the war, but now in this period, because we need new solutions, new innovations to bring to our people for our healthcare system. Next, please, John. What is the benefit? It is a new R&D for cooperation, because Ukrainian has a great expertise in medical universities, laboratory. We provide our Ukrainian scientists provide new innovations many years ago for all of the world. We have a great potential from scientist level. We must to develop a talent personnel because the first of all for our healthcare system is doctors, nurses, our personnel that we must support and develop their skills. And in this program, we need to collaboration with different others European programs that have this programs and develop in Ukraine and exchange the expertise from Ukraine to Europe. And new growing markets, it is really we have now 35 million, more than 35 million of people in Ukraine. They need new solution for healthcare sector for their treatment or diagnostic, including new innovation product as IE and others that help to connect medics and patients, because we have the problem in Ukraine, and that's why we develop in telemedicine, especially in Rivne region. We have this pilot project from Ministry of the Health that more than 300 telemedicine product start to work in our region to help to our patient and our doctor to reach each other and to have more quicker healthcare services in our hospitals. And next. As I mentioned, we have a structure in Ukraine. We built them from 2022. It is a structure is Ukraine Cluster Alliance. It is a big umbrella for all Ukrainian clusters, all kind of clusters, not only healthcare. That's why we have a good cooperation with dual use cluster, with agriculture, with aerospace, with textile and different other clusters that we can bring these partners what you find to our project or to other project. And it is the main structure in Ukraine Cluster Alliance is a resources center that some clusters of Ukraine that have some common areas of work work together to collaborate in our country and across our country. It is its name of Resources Center. It is a collaboration, is a network of medical clusters in Ukraine that we work together to move this innovation in our country and to bring this innovation from European partners to us. And then it is a network that we include as a Ukraine Cluster Alliance, or we as a member of European Cluster Alliance. We closely work with EAN platform. We are represented or EACCP platform, and we closely work with DG GROW, with European Commission in the development of cluster policy in the level of regional level or level on government. That is we build this structure for these 4 years, and we really as an entry point for all clusters from all SMEs of Europe that want to collaborate with our Ukrainian SMEs in different areas, not only health, but in health also, without the bureaucratic and operational risk, because we represented the businesses, the universities, our non-profit organization, patient organizations that include in our clusters. Next step. Next slide. Especially I want to say about the Precise EU, because it is really a great opportunity for us to bring this partnership in Ukraine, because the topic of personal medicine is not very popular in Ukraine now. And we collect these personals from all the part of Ukraine, from the east, from the south, from center, from the west. And the topic of health data is more popular. That's why the member of our consortium is Health. It is enterprises that coordinate the government level of all the health data in Ukraine. It is a big number. It is 35 million of peoples. And in autumn, we planning some big conference in Kiev that provides this new opportunity for European countries that interested in health data with cooperation in Ukraine. And we send this information later in our project Clusters4Health that we prepare, and we collect and invite all European partners, all startups, or all others who work in the field of health data to exchange this opportunity and to build more resilient our healthcare system. And next slide. And it is a very big number, but I repeat them that it is more than 411 billion of dollars is reconstruction market size in Ukraine now, only in healthcare sector. That's why it's really great opportunities for all innovators in Europe to be involved in this process to make this innovation really happen in Ukraine. And we must build these bridges now, not only after the war. Next, please. This is a target audience, is a medical clusters, because it's more simply to enter the healthcare sector in any country. And I am thankful for our partners from Kraków LifeScience, from Bearcat, from Oslo Cancer Cluster, from Klaster from Italy, and also our coordinator Imago Mol, Alina, and all the team that support us to build this cooperation across Europe. and to help to find more and more engaging medical clusters that want to build this cooperation in Ukraine. Our members is universities, that's why we can very easily to get them to collaboration, research exchange program, and some made some innovation and so on. And businesses and startups, it's really a new generation for Ukraine in the area of healthcare sector, and we continue to develop this potential with Rubik Hub, with the great accelerator from Romania. It's really very interesting to collaborate with them and to bring their expertise to Ukraine to develop this connection. Next slide, please. And it is finally, let's build this future together, and let's start to develop this collaboration in the real situation of the war in Ukraine. But now, especially now, we need the support from Europe, especially the line of dual use connection. And I invite you to bring this collaboration together. Thank you. And I'm open for discussion. And after our meeting, we have a one-to-one meeting, and we can discuss many. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tatiana, and thank you to all of our speakers. You may also find Tatiana profile on the LSOS collaboration platform as well. So now we will move to the main part of today's event, the matchmaking session, which already starts a few minutes ago. So over the next 2 hours, participants will have the opportunity to meet individually, discuss potential cooperation opportunities, and explore possible next steps together. So if you find any technical problems or have a question about the platform, about the tools that we use today, please remember that our support room will remain available throughout this session. So you will be able to find me and Joanna, and we will help you during the all of this session. So at the end, remember that the real value of the brokerage event often comes after the meeting itself. So don't hesitate to schedule follow-up discussion and continue conversation beyond today's event. So we wish you productive meetings and many interesting conversation. And Asha, let's begin the matching session.
Yeah.